Okay, video log.
Snapchatting the filming.
Okay. How we doing?
Cool, man. Yes, week 8.
8 weeks done.
Yeah. So this is like, well, the final part of the 8 weeks. So this would be the last sort of episode of that section anyway. So we just run through, I don't know, this final, we've just done the last little measurements. The weight has dropped again this week. So
last 2 weeks have been quite a big drop.
It's been consistently dropping, but we've had sort of, I suppose, the biggest drops these last few weeks, I think.
Yeah.
But overall, it's about nearly 5 kilos of weight loss since we started. So I'm looking at it, things that, which is phenomenal in that short space of time. So yeah, it's cool, it's good. I've done the pictures as well, so I'm going to try and get them put together with the original pictures and put something together so I can show the before and after, obviously, and also the whole measurements so we can see the progress as we track it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Just so we can put them all together.
Yeah, the measurements have dropped quite a lot. Just quite surprised by the fact when we just took the measurements, we've dropped about 7 centimeters off my waist. It's a huge amount, in such a short period of time from someone who's fairly lean anyway. It's quite a big drop. So I'm happy with that. Really happy with the way that's gone.
Yeah, phenomenal. It's been good to see the progress from my point of view. I think just trying to sort of show that what can be done in that time frame if we are consistent with what we're doing, but to a point where it's not overtaking your life, if that makes sense. So,
yeah, it was a big part of that at the beginning. Like, we had the conversation at the beginning to say, I want to be able to show what's possible in such a short period of time, whilst also living a normal lifestyle, having flexibility in the choices that you make, whilst following some like a good structured process. It's worked so well, and it's possible to do so, not having to shut yourself away for a period of time.
Yeah, just so that people who are watching this, during that time frame, we've had like events that have come up. You've been away into trips away and things like that.
Birthdays.
Eating obviously food that you might not think I'm allowed to eat on a so-called diet or whatever. And you don't know if you drank alcohol and stuff like that. So it's just normal life.
Yeah.
And we can still get the
Exactly.
results. So. And if anything, in my eyes, it's easier to try and get the results if you can do it that way, because you feel more included in things, and you've got more flexibility, control around what you're trying to do.
The control's the bigger part.
Yeah.
Like you're in control of every decision that you make. Well, everyone is anyway, but when you restrict yourself, you feel like you're losing control over what you're doing, and that's not sustainable. And that part what you just went on is a good point. Going forward from here, we'll talk about this at the end, but a lot of people, when you restrict yourself from something for so long, that whole rebound effect afterwards is so damaging. But I don't feel like I need that. When you can do something which you're able to do so like the process is so flexible, I don't feel like I will rebound. I feel comfortable to continue this ongoing. It's not something that I necessarily want to change.
Yeah, I feel like we took initially what you like to do, how you like to, foods you like to eat, things you don't like to eat, and we'd not it's not for me to come around and just say, right, so here's a plan, you've got to stick to this.
Yeah.
To give you the freedom to go, right, okay, so this is examples of foods, but it's foods that I want to include anyway, and foods that I would eat normally. But then it doesn't mean that you can't go and go out for a meal here, or you can't go and do this, so you've got this event coming up. So for that reason, it's still being able to achieve these results with having like a life outside the gym.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. It's been the biggest part for me. It's helped me enjoy it more.
Yeah.
It's obviously a huge part of things.
Like,
you have to enjoy it.
And you don't feel like now, oh man, I can't believe it's great, it's over, it's finished. I'm going to go out, I need to go out and eat all the food in the world now because I feel like I've not had anything.
Yeah, I mean, I joke about it, but it's not actually like it's not actually something I genuinely want to do, you know, because I enjoy the process, and it's not like because it's been something that I generally do anyway. It's the foods that I enjoy anyway. I don't get the urge to go out. You know, I don't get the urge to go away from the plan.
When people do these diets, or these little crash diets and fad diets, they can't wait for it to end so that they can go and have a massive blowout, which should never be the case.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense at all, really. Yeah, so it's good. I'm massively happy with this, but not obviously with your results, but the whole way it's progressed as well.
Yeah.
In terms of sort of putting it together. So for me, it's great to see it work. So I like that. But
I've loved it, absolutely loved it. The process has been excellent. I've been happy with the design of the program, the structure of the training. You know, everything from start to finish has just been brilliant. I've not once felt like I wanted to stop. See, the sessions have been tough, it's been hard, been challenging, but it's just enjoyed it so much. It's been a great process, and you know, obviously when you can see the results, it makes it easier to follow, and makes it easier to stick to.
I think as well, doing the we track this on a weekly basis, so we still get those updates, and when you can see the progress, it keeps you motivated to do it.
Of course.
Obviously, I see you in here a lot anyway, but if it wasn't for that, we'd still have that ability to just track. Remotely.
Yeah, and it's down to the person, you know. I mean, I will touch on. I don't necessarily advise short-term fixes like this. It's not something that I advise to do. So if people are watching this, it's not something that I recommend you going to necessarily do. But I recommend the lifestyle choices and making, you know, better habits, lifestyle habits going forward long term. You know, set yourself goals. Obviously, this was an 8-week period, which is quite short, and as I said, I don't recommend it, but it's a goal. It's a short-term goal for us, and we've got a process now going forward which is going to be a lot longer than that. So the goal just wasn't 8 weeks, but it was a good starting point. You know, it's a great starting point, and it's good for people to get that short-term targets, and it's good when you get them results short-term.
Yeah, I think going forward, just so people don't think that that's it, it just ends. We discussed, and we're going to put in place some form of I say reverse dieting. It is a reverse out of it, but it's just bringing you back to your maintenance calories of what you are now. So work it out on your body weight. We've got all the measurements and all the data. So we'll take that, work out what your maintenance would be now, and bring you back up to it, and then input that for maybe a couple of weeks and just see the changes, see what happens with your weight, and see what happens with it.
There's a reason for this as well. As you know, whenever you do a period of dieting like this, your metabolism is so efficient. Any sort of increasing calories, just suddenly going back away from it if you're coming off of a diet, you know, there's always that chance of kind of increased body fat, which we don't want to do. We want to stay as lean as possible whilst getting back up to maintenance calories, because we've been in a calorie deficit for quite a period of time, and that's the main reason we don't just want to come back out and feed yourself a ton of calories.
I think hormonally as well, in terms of like the changes that happen with the hormones as you go through a dieting phase, that's also key. So we'll start to bring those back to normal levels as well. Not that they've probably changed too much in this period.
No, but it makes a difference. Just best weekend so far. Nailing everything, lifts are big.
So yeah, that'll be the next phase, and I think we're probably going to do some kind of sort of test, as if it were to simulate like a photo shoot, just to try that next week. But we can film another one for that, I think.
Yeah, we'll do one more. Well, we're going to be doing them each week anyway, going forward, just to kind of give people an idea of what's going forward. Each week we're going to keep tracking and keep progressing and going forward, and we're going to get more and more questions, and we're going to create these more topic based. So again, any questions that people do have, send them across and we will get more of them answered. This one we just wanted to finish off at week 8, and we're going to kind of bring them into more of a podcast for people to listen to as well. Hopefully, even if one person does, I'm happy.
I think we got some footage to put in this one. So
we filmed the whole week of week 8, so we won't bore you with all the training videos, but we'll put some bits in there.
Yeah, I can make him into like a montage. But that's it, I think, unless you want to say anything else.
No, that's good. And again, if anyone has any questions at all on the 8 weeks specifically, we'll get them answered first, and then anything related to nutrition, mindset or training, we'll go forward with that. Thanks.